better not have no plans tonight.
Movie time and it's feeling right.
You're looking for a love that lasts. You'll find it at Romancing the Podcast. Ooh, ooh, baby, you had me at hello. Ooh, I love you.
I know.
Ooh, ooh, baby, you're the wind beneath my wings. Ooh, ah, I'll have what she's having.
Thank you for tuning into Romancing the Pod. You had us at hello. I'm Paige Wesley.
And I'm your Patriot Arrow Todd, which means this week Paige made us watch
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
So Paige, when was the first time you saw Robin Hood Men in Tights?
I saw this as a child at a friend's house, and my mom was very upset about it because she was like, this is not a kid's movie.
It's not, but I saw it as a kid too.
Sure. Watching it as an adult, I understand why my mom was mad. There are also jokes in this that I did not get till today as a full-grown adult watching it, because it had been years. Like, I'll occasionally catch part of it on TV, or whatever.
Yeah.
As a kid, I thought it was hilarious.
This is definitely a movie I watched until I graduated high school.
Right.
And then I put it aside and seeked more, let's say upscale comedic pursuits, like your Naked Guns
I mean,
or your South Parks.
Personally, my favorite Mel Brooks film is Young Frankenstein. And so I think that's the one I return to most often.
Yeah, that is probably the best.
Which I also saw pretty young.
Same.
But that is my favorite.
Yeah.
This one, I hadn't watched in a long time. And there are parts of it that don't age well.
Of course.
But there are also deep cut political jokes in this that I was like, oh, I didn't. As a child,
Same.
I had no idea. Not a clue.
Yeah, the whole, my dad couldn't get me into the National Guard. I didn't get that as a kid.
No, I didn't understand that they were making a Rodney King joke when they're beating up Dave Chappelle and he's like, I hope someone's videotaping this.
Right?
I did not understand those things. And also, it does make me sad because there was a time when Dave Chappelle was just funny and not a horrifying transphobe. And that bums me out sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is a lot of fun stuff in this movie.
When Dave needed to be funny to make money, it was peak Dave, man. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I miss it too, Paige. But I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen this movie in probably 15 years.
Probably the same, yeah.
And I fully loved it just as much as I did when I was a kid. It's so dumb. There's always something stupid happening all the time. Even when maybe not serious things, but when he's about to swing down and knock down the first knight that leads to the cascade of all the knights falling down.
Right.
It's not even a joke, but he stands up on the rail, grabs the quote right rope,
right,
and then swings.
Right.
As he stands up, it reveals there's just a 1990s exit sign over his shoulder.
Yeah, the exit sign.
It's the only electric thing in the world we're living in.
Right, right.
And it's just not even a joke. It's just there. And it makes me laugh every time. I love it. But it's just something stupid's happening all the time.
My husband similarly grew up watching this as a child with his grandfather. And his grandfather's favorite joke is the 20th Century Fox that takes off and makes dolphin noises as it runs away.
Oh, let's fox him instead of fax him?
Let's fox him.
Yeah, I heard the voice crack,
yes.
But listen, we're going to move past it. I also, watching it today, I really appreciated the sheriff's ability to act.
Oh, sure.
I'll be honest with you. I couldn't be in this movie. Of course, you're saying, Todd, you, renowned unactor, you couldn't be in this movie?
I think I could play Broomhilda.
Paige, you fully could. I couldn't, though.
No.
But I do have the hips for it.
There you go.
The reason I couldn't be in this movie is because I would be laughing. Everyone's doing insane shit. The sheriff, mostly. He has to, feeling like he is mad and emoting mad, say ridiculous shit out of order.
Yes.
It's insane. I could never. I mean, there's an actor in this movie that was cast 100% just because if he squints and he is also 15 yards away from you, he looks a lot like Clint Eastwood.
Right.
That is the casting call for that dude.
Right.
And he's great in this movie. He's not asked to do much, but everyone's pretty great in this movie.
He is Clint Eastwood for every second he's on the screen, though.
100%.
I couldn't be in this movie because I would just be staring at Carrie Elwes and forgetting my lines the entire time.
Can I be honest with you? I am a straight dude. I know this.
Sure.
I've kissed a guy.
It's a spectrum.
I did not like it. But
I'm sorry.
it's a true story too, Paige. Yeah, it is what it is. I disagree, Paige. I do not want to be with Trudeau.
I'm so sorry that made me laugh that hard, but we're like, it's a spectrum. He's like, I'm straight, but I kissed a guy. I did not like it.
I didn't.
It's like the opposite of Katy Perry.
I'm not knocking it. Listen, I love people who kiss men because my wife is one of those people.
Sure.
But man, I kind of agree with you. Like, he is just a handsome dude. I get it. He is
beautiful.
the right kind of shapes for most people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I get it.
He's got the hair swoop and the eyes. Oh, my
Come on. He is like peak 90s hotness.
Yes.
And I think maybe is a genius level actor because I've seen him do so many different things. Like, this is clearly one lane that is like campy slapstick comedy.
Right.
And he crushes it. Princess Bride is a very different lane, and it's still like similar movies.
It's still comedy, and he's playing the straight man in Princess Bride. But I've seen him in dramatic roles where you're just like, oh, shit. Like, all right.
Right? When he was that asshole trying to take Cole Trickle's job.
Exactly.
Yeah. Eat a dick, that guy. I forget his name in Days of Thunder.
I don't remember. But here's what I will say. It's rare for people that pretty to have such good comedic timing.
Yes. So, Paige, as an unpretty,
right?
I also had to develop a skill that would get people to notice me.
Right.
I'm 5'8", 5'9", so athletics was out.
Right.
So I was limited to comedy. Yeah.
Correct.
Hi, this is the birth of a funny person. I don't know how Carrie Elwes gets off being this funny.
How dare you?
What an asshole.
I'm over here with Marla Hooch being like, how can we get on this horse the funniest way?
He really is just like amazing in this movie. And I'm here for it. But I will say this, like, and you mentioned that there are jokes in this movie I don't love and I wish weren't in it.
Sure.
A lot of Mel Brooks movies are that way because of when they were made,
Correct.
in my opinion. And just the sensibilities of humor at the time were not great.
Right.
But this movie has a lot of really funny moments outside of that, too. It does not rely on that, but there is some of it, you know?
Yes. I mean, because I watched this so young and now I'm an adult watching it and actually paying attention to it. Because, like, even movies we've seen a ton of times before, when we go to do them for the show, you're like watching and taking notes. And so there's always new things that you'll find. I didn't remember that there's a Crusades subplot, which is accurate to the Robin Hood story.
How did you not remember? Because that's not remembering the movie. That's not remembering the legend of Robin Hood.
Let me put it to you this way. I knew that was a part of Robin Hood legend. I did not remember this movie addressing it at all. I figured this movie was like, cut to, steal from the rich, give to the poor, and completely forgot the Crusades subplot.
I mean, if you take out like 2 lines at the beginning, you're kind of there. You know what I'm saying? Take out the Isaac Hayes section, and that's it.
There's 15 minutes of Crusades in this not much longer than 90-minute movie. And I was like, dang, Isaac Hayes.
Honestly, now that you think about it, like per capita, there's probably more Crusade stuff in this than Robin Hood Prince of Thieves.
I haven't seen Prince of Thieves in years.
Well, who has the time except for us next week? No, I'm just joking.
Well, okay. I want to bring this up because we had potentially talked about doing a whole Robin Hood month.
We did at one point, yes.
We did. I don't know that we need to. I think it was fun for Beauty and the Beast. It could be fun for this, but it is a lot of the same story exactly over and over again. It's not quite as varied as we could get with Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, you mean Fran Drescher didn't do a version of Robin Hood where the Robin Hood's a dictator in an Eastern European country?
I want Robin Hood to teach us about unions in great costumes.
I can't do Robin Hood, but I can do Batman. I can do young Batman. I can do a young Batman in Newsies.
Oh my God.
Hey, Paige, one quick question though. Like, I gotta know.
Sure.
What exactly is a boudoir? Because this movie implies that it's just like a curtain behind which you hide your masturbation material.
Typically a boudoir would be like a bedroom, or I'll call it a masturbatory area.
I mean, that's more or less
a private, sexy area.
Yeah.
Normally walls.
I mean, all I know is she was like dry humping a Sheriff Standy.
Right. And I mean, like, I do love that the face on the Sheriff Standy changes.
Yeah.
What's the funniest cardboard cutout you've seen in real life?
That's a question I was not prepared to answer today.
Think about it. Think deeply.
Okay. I don't have a story for a Standy that's great, but My friends did used to work at a theater when we were in high school, and they stole a Spider-Man that they used to like hang upside down for the first Spider-Man.
Yes.
And it had been in their apartment for, 12 years. And I walked into his apartment and the lights were off. And you guys know I can't really handle scares.
Sure.
And I just saw it hanging and I screamed so loud. It scared the shit out of me, Paige.
That's incredible.
It wasn't a standee, though. It was like a stuffed
Sure.
animal, kind of, but like a big Spider-Man.
I say that counts.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think I've told my story about sending a cardboard standee through the mail of The Rock to my friend when he had COVID.
Yeah.
To give him strength to feel better.
Yeah.
I think I ordered it while I was at Panic Fest. But have I told the story of my 23rd birthday?
I don't think so.
Fun fact, my sister and I are 2 years and 2 days apart.
2 and 2, baby.
2 and 2. So our birthdays are very close together. And on my 23rd birthday, her 21st birthday, we collected a bunch of our friends and we both went out to dinner to Buca di Beppo and had dinner in the Pope room, where it's like a giant circular table with a tiny Pope mobile in the middle.
They make everyone wear fish hats. It's great.
It's great. Now, in the lobby of Buca di Beppo, they were advertising a new brand of limoncello made by whomst? Danny DeVito.
Oh, my God.
And it was Danny DeVito sized.
Yeah, life size.
And so we stole it and brought it up to have dinner with us, got it its own chair, and then just acted like it was another person at the party for the entirety of the dinner.
It's so nice that Buca di Beppo's family style. You could like serve them a plate.
Yeah, when you're here, your family. And then at the end of the dinner, we just unstole it back down to the lobby.
Honestly, you just showed a standee a good time. You didn't steal nothing.
Yeah.
Paige, there is a moment in this movie that I have debated with a friend of mine for nigh on 20, 25 years, and I want to get your take on it. It is the scene where Blinken is in the watchtower in the woods, and he falls, and he gets up and yells, "I can see," and then walks into a
Right.
tree. Everyone knows this scene.
Sure, yes.
Here's the question. Do you think he could actually see for that little second before he ran into the tree? Or was his bell just rung so hard he thought he could see for a second?
I feel like both answers are accurate. I prefer the first.
Me too. Me too, because it's like meaner a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Can I also say, because Blinken is one of the things that does not age well. It is very ableist.
Yes.
But one of, personally, the funniest jokes involving Blinken is when Robin comes to him and he's at the lookout tower. And it's multi-layered, because the idea that that's the job they would have delegated to Blinken is pretty ridiculous.
Yes.
But then when Robin says, "Blinken, what are you doing up there?" and Blinken just goes, "Guessing?"
I guess no one's coming.
That got me so good today.
Yeah, it is really funny. Paige, because I thought about this too. It's bad. But you could fix it, I think, really easily by like at the end of or towards the end of the movie, Robin just being like, "You could see, right?"
Like the whole time.
There are moments in the movie where they're like fighting and he like brings him a drink on a tray. Like he knows exactly where he is. And so like you could play it off like he's just doing a bit, you know what I'm saying? The whole movie.
He's just doing a bit. Blinken's sight is variable in this movie based on whatever joke they want to tell.
Yes. It's binary. It is either on or off, but it does switch whatever they want.
Right. There's a part of me that's like, I actually do like the multiple areas where Blinken is surprisingly capable, where he does things that no one would expect him to be able to do, and it's impressive. But then the movie will then balance that out with him being unable to do a very simple task, which is unrealistic. And that's the part where I don't love it.
Right.
Because it is kind of it is kind of punching down.
Yeah.
But whenever they are making him into some sort of daredevil superhero, I'm all for that. Like when he catches that arrow at the end, I'm like, fuck yeah.
I heard it coming a mile away.
Yes.
And then Robin's like, "Well done, Blinken." And he goes, "What? Who's talking?"
Who said that?
It's so stupid. Everything in this movie is so stupid, and I love it. Side note, Paige.
Todd.
Something I learned while writing notes for this movie, we, as a society, spell sheriff wrong. Like, sheriff has not enough R's and too many F's. Like, it's dumb. Stop it, sheriff.
Okay, sheriff is one of those words that I constantly rely on spell check for.
Yeah, it's one R and two F's. Are you effing serious?
Because I'm always like 2 F's, 1 R.
Paige, do you say sheriff?
Sheriff?
No, I say sheriff. There's so many more R's in the way we say it than the way we spell it. I hate it. Eat a dick, sheriff.
Sheriff, restaurant, diarrhea, words that I like spell out all the time and still second guess myself every time.
Paige, when I spell restaurant right, my phone's like, did you mean restraint? That's how bad I spell restaurant every time.
I follow a screenwriter on Instagram that I respect very much, but he had a reel one time where he's like, hey, I just woke up first thing in the morning and spelled pirouette correctly. I am unstoppable.
No, I don't even believe it. Pirouette? Who ever heard of such a made-up word? What?
Prove it.
Paige, we have to get through this movie scene by scene. It's going to be a little unhinged because the movie is nuts.
It is indeed. So we open with a bunch of dudes with flaming arrows and credits that last 3 whole minutes.
Paige, I got to bring this up. Because I shit on credits that do this. And I love Mel Brooks. And I'll say, I think the reason I shit on credits is because of this right here. Because he kind of like takes the piss out of long credits a little bit. The problem is he does it too long. Like, it's way too long before the village is like, stop shooting arrows at us. It's like, if it was, shot, title card, shot, title card, shot, hit the house,
right,
fire brigade scene, that's funny.
Right.
But it's legit like 4 minutes of shot, title card, shot. It's way too much.
Right.
It's like a Jim Downey sketch because you're just like waiting for the punchline for so long. But yeah, it's great.
I do love me some Jim Downey sketches.
Change Bank is a literal masterpiece.
Change Bank is great. The sewer rats, phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love that there's that many credits before we get the house, but I don't love the length.
It's too long.
It's just that it takes too long for them to burn or something. Because the idea that like, it's almost like a Halloween kind of thing where it's like, oh, this is just the thing they're doing for the credits here or whatever. Like,
I think it's a literal reference to Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I think they did this in the intro to that, I think.
Right. Well, and then to then reveal that it's been shooting at a house so that it's like in world they're shooting. That's hilarious.
It is also funny that they've shot that many times and then we see the first connection with the house 4 minutes in. Like, that's also funny. But it is just, in my opinion, just too long. It's too many of those. Shot, credit, shot.
I do love that they're like, there must be another way of doing the credits, which is a great fourth wall break.
Oh, yeah. The leave us alone, Mel Brooks. Yeah.
It's a great meta fourth wall break.
I do want to say this, though, because that fire brigade is insane. It takes 13 seconds for someone to yell, call the fire brigade after the arrow hits the house.
Right.
And then the fire brigade trots up in a fire wagon 18 seconds later. And that's an amazing response time for a medieval fire squad whose horse just died.
Right, right.
Because they are pulling it from where a horse should be. Like, they're holding a horse wagon, carrying it in. I was like, this is ridiculous, but nobody cares. Let's just get through it.
Let's go.
I loved it.
We open on rap exposition, and I am okay with exposition dumps as long as they are done rhythmically to music.
Yo, check it out. This, honestly, guys, little personal revealing fact, the first rap Todd ever learned.
Was this one?
Yes!
It wasn't Left Eye from Waterfalls? Because that's one of mine.
No. Actually, this is another embarrassing fact. It was either this or the talk, I'll talk to you in the night, or that one from Ace of Base.
Oh, jeez.
Which, in hindsight, isn't great, but we didn't know the things we know about Ace of Base now when I was a kid.
I think that really displays the differences in how we grew up, that you were like, rap, Ace of Base, and I was like, no, TLC. Like, very different.
So you're saying we both got it wrong? That's fair.
Yeah. We're wrong in different ways. Where I was just like a kid being like, I seen a rainbow yesterday. There'd be too many storms. I've come and like the whole...
At least yours contained some rap.
Yeah. That and any rap that included in Boys II Men songs. Those were, and I got really into Will Smith.
Damn.
Big Willie style.
I could probably go way deeper in Wild Wild West than I care to admit. And that's like a B-side off of the Men in Black. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, Jim West. Yes. Anyway, we get a great rap exposition that's basically like, hey, Robin has been kidnapped by the Arabic nations in the Crusades. Because I do love that this movie does not really address the horrible inequities of the Crusades. Because they're like, we're not going to touch it.
No.
This is a comedy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I think that was the right call because it is a very complex issue.
Yeah.
And it wasn't great. Like, it's pretty bad that what happened in reality. And there's like 8 of them. There are like 8 crusades.
There's so many crusades.
Yeah.
We did a whole bunch of cult podcast episodes on it. And we kept being like, next week will be the last one. And then it was like 2 episodes later. And we're like, and then the children's crusade. And we're like, this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get to Khalil prison in Jerusalem. And I do love that they basically treat it like a health spa or a restaurant where they have like a maitre d'.
Oh, do you mean Maitre D block? Yeah, I love this guy, but he is the only one in the prison serving time. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Everyone
right.
else is in there serving time. He's in there serving time. You know what I'm saying?
They're doing time. He's serving time.
He's in the service industry and he knows it. I love that. It's very funny. Everyone else is like kind of a dick because it is a prison, you know?
Right. But I do love that he's like, if you need anything, don't hesitate to scream. And then you hear a scream in the background. He's like, coming. We're so busy today.
It's so funny.
Anyway, they lead him in. They're like, hey, where's your king? Which they're referring to King Richard.
Right.
For King Richard's crusade. And he won't tell them. So they stretch his tongue and he's like, no. And they let him go and they're like, we're just going to imprison him for a while. We'll come back to you about this. The implication being next they're going to try and stretch his dick with the same tool.
Yeah, or just general torture.
Or something else.
Yeah.
Earlobes.
Yeah.
Anything, really.
Whatever.
His fake beard is so insane that I was like, is that a scarf? For like the first 10 minutes of the movie, and I was like, oh no, fake beard.
Do you remember when he got that beard? Because it was like, oh, we can't seat you without the proper attire.
Yes.
And the only thing they do is put like a Velcro beard on him.
Giant fake beard.
Yeah, he takes it off. We see him take it off. He's just like, what is this? Why am I?
What is this?
It's ridiculous.
It's just gold rings that sit over his ears.
Yeah.
It's unhinged. It is crazy.
But this is where we meet Chef. Or, sorry, a sneeze.
A sneeze. They sit him next to Isaac Hayes.
Yeah.
And now they don't need a great feat of strength because they have great strength of feet.
Paige, I wish I couldn't almost say every line of this movie in chronological order. I watched it so many times when I was a kid.
For me, it's Princess Bride.
I could probably do that one too.
Is the one that I can literally recite.
Yeah, I love that one too.
Yeah.
Different reasons, but
yeah.
I mean, I definitely think This Is Carrie Elwes' best, but yeah.
No. Princess Bride.
I do think Princess Bride is best, Paige. I just like teasing you about it.
My Wesley will always come for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they get all their chains off. They kind of talk to that one guy and they're like, hey, good news. I'm totally going to tell you where the king is. And he's like, great news. Let me tell the boss. But if it's bad news, I'll be in trouble. And then he like leaves and they all escape. And I love that they all like pull themselves up to that window and then just walk out.
Yeah, they just like push the window and it opens like the cheapest garage door ever.
Right. But we do get to the beach where Robin is going to have to swim from Jerusalem to England. And this is the first of one of my favorite runners in this movie because he's basically talking with a sneeze and a sneeze is like, hey, my son Achu is in England as an exchange student. Can you go check, meet up with him or whatever. But Robin's like, great, and then starts to launch into a speech. And there is a great runner every time Robin starts launching into an admittedly very progressive political speech every time. Everyone's like, that's great, but you should really be going. I don't have time to listen to this.
Yeah, you don't want to miss the tide.
You don't want to miss the tide. I got to go home alone. Yeah. It's like no one wants to hear him make speeches. I love it.
Paige, because I'm an idiot, I looked up how many miles it would be to swim from Jerusalem to the coast of England.
Oh, God.
And it's 2,200 miles. Even if you could swim as fast as Michael Phelps and you never stopped, it would take you 16 and a half days to swim that. He does it in 6 seconds of map time. They do it like Indiana Jones taking a plane somewhere. That's how fast he swims.
That's how fast he swims it. But what if they took multiple tarps and made it into a raft and then climbed down to the bottom of where the prison was and launched into the very cold bay? And we never tracked the 3 of them down. Yes, it is crazy. It's impossible. But he gets to the shore of England, and I love that it has the like Hollywood land sign that just says England.
Yeah.
England. You sound like you're from London.
Foggy London town.
Yep. Like Kingdom for a horse. He does get a horse. It's a rent-a-wreck, which I do love.
Yeah.
And he immediately, and this is as much as I love this movie, horrible screenwriting.
Oh, because he immediately runs into
Yes, because he immediately runs into a Chew.
That's right, yeah.
Who is being beat up by Rottingham's soldiers.
Right.
And he does say, as he's being beat up, I hope someone's taking video of this. That is a Rodney King reference, because that had just happened 2 years before this movie came out.
Yeah.
So he and Robin join forces. We get a fun, first him pumping up his sneakers, and then a karate interlude. Not mad at it.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's very funny. The do you know the praying mantis? Know him. You're looking at him. Yeah.
You're looking at him. I also love that, like, this, you haven't seen The Last of Us, and then Robin loads 5 arrows, shoots him. He's like, you've seen The Last of Us.
Yeah, no, you definitely seen The Last of Us. Yeah.
You did. It's fine. They get to Robin's ancestral home, Loxley Hall, which is currently being towed, essentially.
Yeah.
It is being moved because they didn't pay their back taxes.
I love when he reads the proclamation from it, and it's like, for failure to pay back taxes, we're taking your shit or whatever. Signed H&R Blockhead.
Right.
It's like every 30 seconds, something stupid happens in this movie, and it makes me laugh.
One of mine is, so Blinken is on the toilet and doesn't realize the house is gone because Blinken cannot see.
Right.
But Blinken is also looking at a Playboy.
Is he looking at it, Paige?
Well, as he unfolds the centerfold, it's like an embossed naked lady, and he's just feeling it. That got me so good today, where I was like, I feel like a lot of people would just want that. Like the little mouse pads with the titties on them for your wrist.
And he does kind of, I wouldn't say he just gropes it. Like, there's some art to the craft he's using.
There's a sensualness to him being like, he's cherishing her.
I do honestly think he'd be gentle. You know what I'm saying? It's like that kind of caress of this embossed naked lady in this magazine.
Absolutely.
Medieval magazine.
But Robin goes to talk to him. Achu goes to get the horse. And Robin's like, the house is gone. He's like, I did think it felt a little bit drafty, but also this is where you get, and you've referenced this on another episode, the list of everyone who died. Like, your father's dead, your mother's dead, your brother's dead, your dog died, the goldfish, the cat choked on the goldfish. But also, my dad gave you this key to the greatest treasure in the land.
May I keep it?
May I keep it?
That's my favorite Blinken line. He's like, your dad gave me this and made me promise to give it to you if I ever saw you again. He said it's the key to the greatest treasure of all time. Can I keep it? Like, it's such an insane thing to ask after that. That would be like Christopher Walken keeping the watch. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I did have it up my ass for the entire war. Like, ouch.
Well, I don't know why, but his ass is ticking. Do you guys hear that?
Hold on, gotta wind it. You think changing normal watch batteries is a bitch? Oof.
Got a special tool for it.
I gotta hide a battery in a piece of cheese and trick myself into eating it.
What is your body made to do? Like, is it made to replace watch batteries that are in your anus? Because that's not how you'd replace the watch battery. You wouldn't eat it.
Well, it eventually would get to your anus if you did.
Okay. I don't have the anal dexterity to be able to change a watch battery with the back door.
Neither do I. I mean, I'm failing at basic anal tasks, and that's advanced, I think.
I've heard of people like tying cherry stems with their tongue without opening their mouth, but that's a different level of like impressive. Oh, you mean Bethany? Yo, she can fart Beethoven's Fifth. Like, that's that level. You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
By the way, the Beethoven's Fifth joke is funnier if you know what the beginning of that symphony sounds like, because you could definitely fart those rhythms. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's dun-dun-dun-dun,
Yeah. Yep.
farting a bunch.
Yep.
Yes.
It's honestly when the strings take it over and it gets faster that the farting gets more impressive.
Yeah, that's when it gets tough.
But Paige, we gotta move on. We can't
sit here and talk about the guy on Instagram that makes different animal sounds with his farts.
No. What? No. Okay, no.
Ducks are the most convincing. Anyway, so they regroup, but literally, no sooner do they regroup that a boy comes screaming out of the woods, chased by the sheriff of Rottingham and his cronies with kazoos.
Yeah, this actually reminds me. I was going to bring this up when we were first talking about the movie overall, because this movie, I mean, watching it as an adult, it's just different. And I realized that, like, I've been riding horses wrong because, and like, I get, like, horses are expensive and I could afford the 6 other dudes on horseback to go horseback riding with me or whatever.
Right.
But 6 kazoos? In medieval times? Where do I even get kazoos, Paige?
I mean, the way everyone gets a kazoo. at Chuck E. Cheese when you can't afford any of the other better candies.
Or that dude on Instagram who can make a kazoo sound with his butt.
That's what's up.
Like, I do think they might not be making those sounds with their mouths, Paige, is what I learned.
Ooh, good cheek dexterity.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like reeded instruments, except, but with, you get it. Anyway.
I honestly didn't want to say anything because I wanted to like let you twist in the wind. No pun intended.
Nope. But it would be funny if like some of them had kazoos and then others had like the sticky hands and then like another one had like the finger traps.
They were like, oh God, we forgot to give the sheriff's deputies weapons. What do we have? I don't know. The store that's outside the restaurant of Cracker Barrel. we can only get kazoos, harmonicas, and like the sticky hands.
Plastic, goldfish, and taffy.
Oh, is that why somebody threw a wooden rocking chair at Blinken?
Yeah, 100%. What are you chewing on? It's green apple.
A chew is just trying to beat the peg game.
Yeah. Anyway, this is their first encounter with the Sheriff of Rottingham, who can't speak in order when he's flustered, it seems.
King, illegal, wild, like he's just like yelling random words.
Pig, forest in.
Kill and eat is like, it's insane. He's insane. And then he has to then, having said gibberish loudly, has to like act like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. And then yell the line correctly. It's so insane. I would not be able to not laugh if I was doing that.
Oh, hilarious. But this is also where we get that, well, not everyone can have their father get them into the National Guard.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is 93. That is, ooh.
Yeah.
That's a joke that we throw around now. But at the time, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Fortunate Son had been out for a while. Like,
True.
Creedence Clearwater Revival had blown the roof off of the, hey, you guys ever recognize, like, rich kids don't go to war?
Right.
But I did like the joke. I'm a fan of that.
I felt like they were leveling that joke at very specific people.
Oh, I definitely think it was towards George Bush. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is where Robin kind of slices the saddle. So the Sheriff of Rottingham falls underneath and he sends the horse going. Watch out for big rocks.
I love, they've already set up the premise that he like yells things out of order when he's like heightened or whatever. And he's upside down and he goes, oh, you shouldn't have done that, Robin. I'll pay for this.
I'll pay for this. Yes, you will.
Just the juxtaposition of it, like he's yelling clearly, you'll pay for this in his head.
Right.
But it's the opposite and it's so funny to me. I just laugh so much. It's so stupid.
It's great, but then we get another one of Robin's speeches. But he's like, we take care of the forest and introduce folk dancing and a 4-day work week and affordable health care.
For Saxons and Normans, yeah.
For Saxons and Normans. But then the kid is like, yeah, I've got to be getting back home alone through the woods, so I really got to be. Go, okay, bye, and then runs away screaming, which I love.
That's my favorite reveal of the whole scene is that he wasn't screaming and running towards them because he was being chased. That's just how he moves around in the world.
That's just how he is.
Yeah.
Yes. But we cut to Maid Marian. We meet her. She's singing a song. It's very Snow White. When will the person I love come and break me out of these panties?
It's literally that though, but you don't realize it because like the words she's singing is like, who holds the key to my like heart or whatever, but it's not her heart she's singing about. I also really love that like it's a slow zoom in on the outside of her bathing window or whatever.
Right.
And then it does crossfade into us seeing her sing in the tub. And it's definitely not her singing. But around the time that camera that was outside would have hit the window, it does break through the window on her.
Right.
And that to me is so dumb. I love that.
There's 2 or 3 of those in this movie. One where when the cleric and everybody is coming for the wedding and they have one of those like staffs and it hits the camera.
Yeah.
I love that. And there's some of them, like this one is definitely intentional. That was on purpose. I don't know if the priest one is on purpose. I kind of hope it wasn't and they kept it in because he's like, sorry, man.
Well, and there's during the sword fight, he like stabs the guy, like a crew guy's bagel. Like that's also one of those like wall break things that I think is very funny.
So good. Anyway, this also introduces Broomhilda, her lady's maid, very Romeo and Juliet coded, Marla Hooch. Megan Cavanaugh is that actress's name. who plays Broomhilda.
Yeah.
And they don't treat her kindly in this film.
I think, okay, I agree.
Yeah.
But I do think they point to, like, Little John's into it. He just, like, panics
Yes.
when he's on his back.
Because they do kind of end up a little bit together after. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
which
yes,
I kind of
yes.
like. But I also agree there are many moments they don't treat her well. But I do like that, like, Little John's into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not quite as good as, is it Brynn, the, like, really big lady in Game of Thrones, and the guy who's north of the wall who's like, I want to climb that lady. Like,
Brienne of Tarth.
yeah, Brienne of Tarth, yeah. And that guy is just like, yes, in like a very fun way. It felt kind of like that, except Little John has a lot of anxiety when he's laying down.
I would have taken a little bit more of Little John being into it,
Yeah.
because the only indicator we really get, because he offers and then he kind of is not nice to her after that, but then at the very end he's like hugging her and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe, or whatever. I would have taken a more demonstrative.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not as present as it could be and probably should be if they
Right.
want to like make that a romantic sort of side quest.
Right. She is also very likely, I believe, padded. I think she is a plus size woman who is also wearing a fat suit.
She might be, yeah.
It is only played for laughs. It's not great.
That's very true, yeah.
Yeah. But it is, if you are a League of Their Own fan, it is Marla Hooch.
Yeah.
She's been in a million different things. She's very, very funny. It's fun to see her.
Yeah, she's been acting for years and still is. Like, she's still doing stuff.
Oh, yeah. But she points out the chastity belt, which again, I think chastity belts should only be used by consenting adults with other consenting adults who are into that sort of thing.
Yeah, but they make it seem like...
This was not her choice, and I don't love that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I also wanted to bring it up that, like, presumably her, I will say, father
Yeah.
decided to, or maybe even put her in that, and then gave the key to an old man who died.
You're assuming that is the key, because at the end, it won't turn. So
That's fair. I am assuming it is the key. You're right. But the key has a heart on it, Paige. Come on.
I know.
It's got to be the right one.
Well, who's to say it's to hers? It could be to somebody else. Although Loxley and Bagel do go well together.
Exactly, Paige.
Anyway, we cut to Prince John, where the sheriff of Rottingham is basically telling him, hey, Robin of Loxley's back. He's pissed. He knows your brother. Shit's about to go down. It's very much Steve Bannon being like, if people find out, we're all going to prison.
Yeah. And I really love the performance of Prince John. Like, Richard Lewis, I think, does an amazing job as Prince John because he's like, I don't want to hear any bad news. Maybe give me the bad news in like a good way.
A good way.
And then I think the Sheriff of Rottingham does the best performance of what he's asked to do possible.
True.
And of course it goes terribly.
Right.
Because he's delivering bad news like it's the best thing he's ever heard in his life and it pisses Prince John off. But it's just so fucking funny to me. I love it.
The thing that I really appreciated about Richard Lewis's performance in this movie, watching it as an adult, is he is not at all playing it period accurate. He's basically almost like a 90s New Yorker being like, oh, did you have to yell on the subway the entire movie? And he just can't be bothered, and I kind of love it.
It truly, and I love this about it. I'm not making fun of it, but it feels to me like they had to edit out after every line him saying, what do you want from me, man? I'm Richard Lewis. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, it just feels like he's Richard Lewis pretending to be a king. It's very funny to me.
Anytime he addresses the constituents, the audience, the townspeople, he does it like a late night talk show host, where he's just like, hey guys, upcoming, we got a wedding, we got a hanging. Either way, we're having a good time. Stick around after the break. You're like, what?
And honestly, like, I don't want to say, listen, England can handle their own business. I've said that forever. I don't want to run your country. Stop asking me to.
This is why we poured tea in the harbor.
Yeah. But like, he seemed like an all right king. Like, he had a shitty sheriff. But he seemed very like, you know, kind of like cool and lazy about everything. And he wasn't having like harsh opinions. I don't know.
I mean, my big problem with it is that I feel like he was just golfing all the time and groceries were still really expensive. And he was hiding all that information about all the maidens he had been with his friend at the golf course.
That's fair.
And then
yeah.
he was like starting wars, like crusades with people that we like didn't need to start. And then like the Rottingham police are just going around and shooting people. It's like really bad.
Getting bad. It's getting bad out here in these Nottingham streets.
Yeah. Anyway, he's like, this is terrible news. I need to find a way to fix this. I have to go see implied witch, but turns out to be cook.
Yes, Witch in the Tower.
Yeah, Witch in the Tower, latrine, played wonderfully by Tracy Ullman. We love to see her.
Oh, shit. I thought this was Sweet D. She looks a lot like a bird. Yeah, okay, my bad.
She does look very bird-like.
No, but
yeah.
the lady who plays Latrine is nuts, like unhinged nuts.
Yes.
And just so funny.
Oh, and a lot of people don't realize if you're a Simpsons fan, you have Tracy Ullman to thank for that, essentially, because they started as a bit on her show and then became its own thing.
I forgot about that.
Right. And is Tracy Ullman an older white lady that probably has an opinion or two I don't agree with? Yeah, probably. But I can still respect her contributions to the comedy community in the past. And, up till basically now, she's still alive, I believe. But yes, she's very funny in this, although she needs some lessons in consent. But we'll cover that as we get to it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Right? Also, I'm like, bro, if she can save your life with a lifesaver, which just made me want a lifesaver, man, marketing. But like, if she could do that, you don't think she's got some spells that could maybe into the woods her appearance a little bit?
I definitely don't think he should knock it yet.
Right?
I mean, witches know tricks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. My wife's a little witchy and I'm here for it.
I mean, at this point, there's a part of me that's like, do I bear some ill intention towards a person that you and I were talking about prior to our actual recording that we may do a bonus episode about just because I'm so angry?
Yeah.
Yes. If you told me to make a vision board of the reason I hated him, is that a little witchy, but I'm fully here to do it? Yes.
Bring it.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Burn it at the altar.
There's literally like 20 text messages of the other people who hate this man who are like, hey, so...
We're building that tulpa, right? Like
Right. Anyway, so we get to meet Latrine, and she turns out to be the cook. I do love that he's like, it's like almost like from Better Off Dead, they're like, raisins, you like raisins. It's just a disgusting plate with eyeballs in the middle. And he just says, it's like attending a Seder at Vincent Price's house. Yeah. And I was like, what a dream. I would kill.
But it seems like, you know how like in witchy movies or whatever, they'll like take dead animal parts and like, like
Eye of Newt,
like divination it or whatever.
Right.
And it seems like she's doing that because she's like adding all the ingredients into this thing and moving it around or whatever. And he's like, what do you see? What do you see in my future? And she's like, I don't know. I'm just your cook. And she like moves like
breakfast.
It's like eggs, but it's like gross eggs,
Yeah. This is also like, we find out that her name is Latrine, but they changed it from shithouse to Latrine, which is fun.
Hilarious.
But she's basically like, hey, I'll make a potion for you if you put in a good word with the sheriff. And this is where she has the cardboard cutout.
In her boudoir.
And we cut back to it a moment later, and the face on the cardboard cutout is like,
Well, yeah, at first it's like a hero pose of the sheriff of Rottingham, and then she like licks its ear, and then it cuts away, and then cuts back to him, and that's when you get the face from the standee, from the cardboard actor in the scene.
Right. But we cut back to Robin and his crew, and they encounter a bridge.
Yeah.
Now, I am pretty sure that a lot of the dialogue in this scene is meant to address political issues in Palestine and Israel at the time that are very, different and not different, escalated now, right?
You mean the whole, we're on the East Bank, we're on the West Bank.
East Bank, Left Bank.
Yeah.
And like, well, this is my family's land, but like, you haven't been here. There's a whole thing about it that, again, this movie is 32 years old.
Well, yeah, but I think I read somewhere that Mel Brooks is Jewish, so...
Yeah, yes.
It kind of makes sense. Clearly, yeah.
But also progressive, and it's like a whole thing, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
But I mean, like, is knowledgeable about that way more than me, if that makes sense,
Right, but it's also, I'm like, this is 32 years old.
Yeah.
And there's a whole new conversations about this, but that is in this movie.
Yeah.
If you're watching it with 2020 hindsight vision or whatever.
Yeah.
But they have to fight Little John to get across the bridge. And they basically, it starts out like American Gladiators where they've got these sticks and then they like break them. They just get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
Good morrow, champions, and welcome to Splinter Switch.
Yes.
The crown's fiercest test upon the narrow.
Yes.
2 contenders enter the bridge with quarterstaves. When one of those snaps in sync, and they will snap in sync every time.
Every
they
time.
always break together. It's nuts. Both fighters must switch styles and sides. First to hit the water, touch the bank, or to pay the toll loses the rolls.
Yep.
Challenging tonight, Robin, the Hood of Loxley, versus little, actually huge John. Let the splinters fly. Paige, I can't believe you brought up Ye Old Gladiators because I wrote a whole introduction for what this fight would be called if I was the host of that show.
I'm just excited for them to climb Ye Aggro Crag. Do you have it, guts?
Craig!
If I win the lottery, I won't tell anybody, but there will be signs. And people will show up to my house and be like, is that a piece of the fucking aggro crag? And I'll be like,
No, it's the aggro crag.
oh.
It's all of it.
I mean, that would only fit in my backyard.
Where else are we going to climb it, Paige?
That'd be fun. Anyway, this is also where we meet Will, who's fast with knives, like a wood chipper, which is real fun.
You mean Will Scarlett O'Hara? We from Georgia.
From Georgia.
Which, honestly, okay, possible, but definitely not the Georgia in the U.S.
Well, that's like later when Dom DeLuise is like, I drove here from Jersey. And I was like, there is a Jersey.
You know what's really funny, though, Paige?
Huh?
You couldn't drive there from Old Jersey either, because it's an island closer to France than to England. Like, that joke is so funny to me because it plays no matter if you were born in the U.S. or the U.K. Like, it still works.
Right. It still works.
It's so dumb.
Anyway.
Oh, by the way.
Yes.
I do want to point this out because this is a historical fact. If we don't get no tolls, then we don't eat no rolls is the first, like it made John the first poet ever in England, and he was their first poet laureate. That is a fact. No, it's not a fact. But I do love that he rhymes, and he says it with the pride of someone who thinks they invented the literary device of a rhyme.
Yeah.
And I love it.
We don't need no bread-education because rolls. Anyway, this is where we find out that Prince John has stolen all their stuff, and they all decide to kind of combine their efforts because Robert is going to crash the prince's party that night.
Yeah.
We cut to the prince's party. And I do love that they threaten to kill that mime, and then he's like, a mime is a terrible thing to waste.
Yeah. It's like a serious conversation they're having, though. Like, they're not laughing. And that's why I think it's so funny.
Serious.
And like the sheriff of Rottingham is like, let him go. Like he's like, fine, we won't kill him. I don't know. It's so dumb to me.
But I do love when Maid Marian comes in, everyone's like talking about her, but there's one guy that just goes, lovely breasts. So the next time you watch this, listen for that. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
But she goes and sits next to Prince John. And this is where you find out that Sheriff of Rottingham is super into her. And, you know, he's like, would you like a date? And she's like, oh, sure. And he's like, how about next Thursday? It's like,
which is funny because he's offering her like a plate full of like dates the food.
Right.
It's real kind of honestly like incel adjacent behavior.
Yes. Anyway, Robin shows up with a wild boar. And they're like, hey, it's illegal to hunt in the prince's woods. And he's like, well, it's also illegal to usurp your brother's throne. So, you know, go fuck yourself. And they're like, who says you could be Robin Hood? And he's like, oh, I can do an English accent.
Yeah. Unlike other Robin Hoods, I can talk with an English accent. And I didn't even try because it would have sounded derogatory on some level.
Exactly.
But it's a great line.
It is great.
And I bet Kevin Costner threw his fedora at the TV he was watching this movie on.
Oof. But a duel ensues along with guards. He tries to cut the chandelier down. It crashes down on him.
Yeah.
But then his team comes in. We're cutting around the room to like all of the guests who are like under tables. A bunch of girls go behind a screen to hide with one dude that's just eyeing their boobs the entire time.
I think he might have been the beautiful breasts guy or whatever.
Lovely breasts. Yeah. But Robin ends up under the table with Maid Marian and is like, do you believe in love at first sight? And she's just like, yes. Oh my goodness. They're about to kiss. They get interrupted, but they shut the doors, trapping everyone inside, and then bring in more knights. And this is where Robin finds a rope. And then again, the camera angles up. We see that exit
sign. Yeah, this is the scene where we see it. It's so dumb.
He blows a kiss. Broomhilda catches it, which I thought was real fun.
I got to pause you here because I do that bit anytime I see someone blow a kiss at a friend of mine. Yeah. And no one's ever understood it. It's never landed. And I refuse to not do it.
It cracks me up.
I don't care if I'm the only one laughing. I'm doing it. I dare you to blow a kiss around me.
I feel like you got to snatch it and then eat it.
No, because then it makes it look like you're trying to kiss that person. Like that's I'm gonna kiss you without your consent, whether it's like real or, imaginary.
Or imaginary.
It would be funnier if you caught it, crushed it, and threw it on the ground.
And just like salt bait it across the floor. Just like, Snatch, crumbled.
Get out of here.
Bring it back. Bring this back. Start catching kisses.
I still do it, and nobody gets it.
Let's do it. Let's make it a thing. Let's make fetch happen. Anyway, Robin swings. He kicks the knights over. They fall down like dominoes. Little John gets the big wood beam blocking the door.
Yeah.
Tosses it, and then they leave. But they call for everyone from the villages to come meet them to basically amass an army, and it's not looking good. And Robin tries to do a speech and breaks into a Churchill impression, and they all fall asleep.
Of course.
But then Achu breaks out Malcolm X glasses and within 3 lines has him on board.
Yeah. I mean, but he had to stop because, like, if he had kept doing the Malcolm X impression, the king would have, like, forced him to stop by having someone who was ideologically advantageous shoot him with a shotgun at close range.
Exactly.
So he had to stop doing the impression and, like,
Get out of the way.
let Carrie take over. Yeah. Let Robin Hood take back over.
Be safe. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, we then cut to their training montage. They can't hit targets. They can't joust. They all fail. And at one point, they're like, we should just take the dummies into battle. And Robin's like, maybe. Like,
Paige, did you happen to notice when they were doing the jousting, like learning the jousting, and every one of them, like, got unseated by the dummies?
right.
Did you notice what the dummies' heads were?
Buckets?
They were just like industrial size soup containers. Like they were like metal soup containers that were like big.
Uh-huh.
They don't have industrial packing at this time.
No.
It's like insane that they just like whatever.
Also, whenever he's like, what king? Larry King? And it's like, they don't have Larry King.
I don't know, man. I feel like Larry King was around then. We may have to check the facts. Hang on.
How old? Hold on. Yeah, I've got it here. Larry King is 971 years old.
Well, he recently passed on the sequel to this movie, and he's doing great.
He's doing great.
No, he did die.
He did, but that just means he's sleeping in that coffin until he can get up and be a new metal sensation.
Honestly, I would check that. I'd check it out. I'd watch one video. I'd go to one show, like I'd check it out.
Right.
It can't be worse than Vagine. Paige,
Nothing can.
we got to do that bonus episode. I'm not joking.
I'm so
we gotta do it.
I am so down.
It's like if Stained sucked, and they did. Anyway.
What if Stain still lived in their dad's garage and only had musical instruments that had been pawned multiple times? That is what it is.
I mean, that might be the actual. I don't know. I do not know.
I mean, I like to think that they named that band after things that they'll never have and achieve, just like success.
We got to do let's table this for the bonus episode.
Bonus episode. Anywho, we cut to Prince John in the bathtub, and Rottingham is like, hey, Robin of Locksley is struck again.
Yeah.
And this is where he's like, hey, was your mole on the other side? And he's like,
I have a mole? So dumb.
This is also where he shows him the stealth catapult, which is absolutely meant to mirror a lot of the stealth things America was using in the Middle East at the time.
Yeah.
This is a war joke.
They also launched the sheriff on the stealth catapult into the tower of the castle. So he got launched by honestly, I'm surprised we didn't get a cutaway shot to Christian Slater being like, fuck me, he cleared it.
Yeah.
And then he lands on the table in Latrine's attic apartment as she's praying for him. I get she does not get consent in this moment, and she does kind of jump his bones a little bit. Ideologically speaking, she was asking her God and Savior to deliver her crush to her. And then he came through the fucking ceiling in that moment.
Right.
I understand why she was confused. Do I think it was right? No. But she was programmed to accept things like that as actual consent.
True. And bad though it is when she breaks the fourth wall and says directly to camera, I got this close. I touched it.
Yeah.
It does crack me up, but also
not great.
No, please get consent. Even if people get catapulted through your window,
yes.
Be like, are you into this, or did you just land in my window?
Clearly God wants this to happen, but do you want this to happen? That is what she should have said.
Right.
I kind of felt bad for the sheriff because he felt like he had to make up an excuse.
Yeah, he's like, I have a headache.
Sir, you just got catapulted through the roof of a castle. That's your excuse, man.
Right.
Hey, I'm sorry. My back is broken. I can't have sex with you.
Also, I'm just not in the mood. That's
right.
all. Anytime you don't want to have sex, you don't need reasons.
He could have just said, no, I'm good. Yeah.
If you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it.
Right.
Anyway, we cut to Robin and his men. In comes Mel Brooks playing a rabbi / Moyle with a bunch of sacramental wine. who's there to basically party with the men in tights.
He's the Friar Tuck character.
Friar
though.
Tuck
Yes.
character.
Yeah, I kind of love it. I really do love the penal guillotine. Like, that to me is hilarious. It's like inappropriate as shit, but it's so funny to me that they use a guillotine.
Well, and I love that he's like, oh, yeah, no, it's the newest, hottest thing. And they're like, I'll take 2.
Yeah, Little John actually might, like, I don't think he understands what is being talked about even after the guillotine part. He's just like so oblivious.
Yes.
But yeah, he's the one that asks for 2. He's like, I'll take 2.
I'll take 2. The joke about, are you all gay, maybe doesn't hold up as
Yes,
much.
yeah.
Although it is posed in a way that's like, no judgment.
Yeah.
Just curious.
And he did just say, I'm Robin Hood and these are my merry men.
Right.
And that's when he's like, listen, he asks a clarifying question.
I love that he's like, we're straight, we're just married.
Yeah, which like because I have often said that I am
You're a merry man.
a very straight dude who loves like musicals and stuff that is associated with like usually like gay people and gay culture. And so maybe I should just say it this way. Be like, no, I'm straight. I am merry though.
Right.
Because like I would agree with that. I am a merry kind of dude.
I'm a merry man.
Yeah. But famously, I have gone on the record as saying I have kissed a man and I did not like it.
You did not like it.
Trudeau, it's not for me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, when you kissed a man, was it for a bit or was it a like, I don't know, let's test it out?
It was not let's test it out.
Okay.
It was a truth or dare situation. And truth or dare had kind of gotten a little bit out of control. Like we had spun out of truth or dare a little bit. Like
Sure.
it had gotten to a weird place, you know. And by that I mean like good. You know what I'm saying? Like a good,
Yeah,
like everyone here is just graduated high school kind of good. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Nobody's
all right.
dating anybody. That kind of vibe.
Nice.
And yeah, the thing was, we can see your boobs if you kiss your friend. And I was like, yes.
Done.
And I did not like it, but in the moment, worth it. Like I was okay with it in the moment. You know what I'm saying? It's not a choice I would make now.
Was it like a little peck or was it like, did you guys go for it?
Paige, there are some things that we maybe don't have to. I mean, okay, maybe bleep the name because I don't know if they want this out there.
Sure. That's fine.
They put a stipulation on how long we had to have our lips together.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll say this. That was the night I learned how long 10 seconds was. So long. That's not a kiss. That's a prolonged makeout. I did not like it. I know it's not for me.
Sure.
I clearly don't judge it. I have a lot of gay friends, but it's not for me.
Yeah. No. Well, and hey,
It was high school.
it was high school, but everyone's graduated from high school. So I'm going to say you gave it the college try. And that counts.
It was enough for me to be like, I don't need to experiment. Like that was enough.
You're like, I got it.
It like wasn't for me, Paige.
I always, when people try to start out doing stand-up, they're always like, I got it. I could probably do like a half hour. And I'm like,
Oh.
time is so much longer than you think.
It's like a stopwatch that like goes by every second is a minute. It just feels, it's
Right.
so different. The time dilation on stage is accurate.
It's crazy. And like the longer you do it, the more you truly get a sense of like how long that actually is.
Yeah, that's called experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that is always, for those of you who in the new year have decided to try stand-up, most of you are not going to make it. But like,
Yeah, don't write 3 jokes and be like, I got a great tight 5. No, you got a great tight 25 seconds.
right, you got a great tight 1, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, for those of you hitting the mics for the first time, understand time is different than you think. Actually time yourself because you'd be surprised how long 4 minutes is.
Or 10 seconds.
Or 10 seconds.
Yeah.
10 seconds is that's a substantial amount of time to kiss somebody.
I know.
Anyway, we cut to Prince John is talking to Don Giovanni, who is Dom DeLuise doing a Brando impression. And it is basically the scene from The Godfather.
Yes.
But he also introduces his fixers, essentially.
Yeah.
Dirty Ezio, who is AKA Dirty Harry.
Yeah, it's pretty much just like the guy who, when he squints and he's 20 yards away, looks like Clint Eastwood.
Filthy Luca is the other one. And I love Filthy Luca because he just constantly describes what is going on, much like every mobster villain in every mafia movie.
I mean, he's playing like a parody of a specific character from the first Godfather movie.
100%.
Like it's just that guy.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah.
So fun. And I think it's wild that he has a pet lizard that he talks to for a while.
Yeah.
But essentially, they develop a plan to have Filthy Luca compete against Robin in an archery contest, which will lure Robin out and give Dirty Ezio the chance to shoot and kill him.
Right.
Now, I will I will tell you that this scene, if I was going to cut or trim anything, it's this trimmed down just a little bit, because the scene goes on forever. And I know because it like activated my Italian the longer I sat through it. And at one point in my notes, it just says, "Show him you medals." And I was like, no, Paige, no. But Maid Marian overhears it and she's like, "We gotta go warn Robin." But also we find out that she's got a clapper.
Yeah. They call it the French disease. I'm sorry.
Underneath that metal chastity belt, she can snap shut.
Paige, it's positioned that she has never taken that thing off. So it is just caked with shit.
Oh, God, it would be rank.
Yeah. If I married Maid Marian, I wouldn't want to be in the room when she took it off the first time.
No.
You know the way your leg looks when you take off a cast? Imagine.
All shriveled.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to say it. That's what it would look like. That's what it would look like. That is not like they all look that way. I'm just saying, like, specifically because she's been swimming around in her own filth because she's essentially wearing a metal diaper she can't take off. It's going to be a nightmare down there.
I'm just picturing her finding sticks to reach down there to itch things. And that's...
Yeah. It's just to itch things.
Dad. Anyway.
Gross.
Where are all the barbecue skewers? But we cut back to Robin's kind of forest fortress where Blinken is the lookout. And this is the, "What are you doing up there?" Guessing.
Yeah, I guess no one's coming. And this is the scene where I've had that debate about, is he blind when he gets off the ground after falling from the watchtower or not?
Right.
And I do think you could read it either way. But I like to read it that he is honestly just like the smartest personal like valet ever, because he's just pretending to be blind so he doesn't have to do shit.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, occasionally I have to like walk into a wall or a statue, but like I can also just hang out and molest paper all day. So like, who's laughing now, you sighted idiots who have told everyone you can see and now have to work?
Yeah. Never had a valet. You could try if you like. I'll most likely kill you by morning. Anyway, this is where we get the full Broadway number of Men in Tights.
I love it.
Which is them just being like, we're manly men, but we also wear tights.
Tights!
Tights.
It's so funny.
It's very catchy. But Maid Marian and Broomhilda arrive. And this is where Little John goes to get her off the horse and falls. And it's kind of fatphobic and shitty.
Sorry, Little John does?
Okay! Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh. Anyway, but this is where she's like, "Oh, yeah, there's an archery contest that can kill you at the fair." He's like, "What? Archery contest? Don't worry. I promise you won't go."
I love the way this scene is written, because at first she's just like, "Hey, they're setting up to kill you tomorrow. You got to promise you don't go to the fair." And he's like, "All right, whatever. Okay, I won't go." And she goes, "Good."
Yeah, fuck a fair, right?
Yeah, like, I mean, whatever. I don't want to go to the fair either, nerd, or whatever. Like, I can juggle myself. I don't need to go to the fair.
Right.
I don't need to go to the now fair, Paige.
Right, because it's not a Ren fair if
Not
it's
to them.
then.
No, yeah.
I can get turkey legs whenever. It's
Right.
old times.
Yeah, they're just walking around the forest we're in.
Jousting is just a workout.
I guess you in the future, you have CrossFit. Well, we have jousting, all right?
Right.
Jousting would be the CrossFit of the past.
We have joust fit.
Joust fit.
Yeah.
So like, he's like, "All right, fine. I don't want to go to the fair, whatever." And she goes, "Good, they were trying to lure you there with an archery contest." And he's like leaning in to kiss her, and then he turns an archery and like looks at almost at the camera. And then he's like playing with his goatee and it pulls out some hair.
Yeah.
I've done that bit fully shaven before.
Yeah.
Again, nobody's laughed. I still do it sometimes. There are bits I do and I didn't realize I did them that are from this movie that never land because no one has the context for why it's funny, but I still think it's funny.
But we cut to, he kind of pulls Maid Marian away, and this is where we get a whole musical number to Vic Damone, and they're like shadow puppeting,
Yes.
and there's popcorn, and his sword looks like it's a penis, but then once the like sheet comes down, it's just the sword, and everyone's like, "Oh,
I really do love that they are giving like his camera takes are what it's like to be in a musical. and her camera takes where it's like she's the main focus or it's just on her.
Right.
Is like what it's like to have someone singing very close to your face very loudly.
Yes, at a restaurant. Yes.
I love that it's like they're showing that this is not great for her.
No.
It's very funny.
No, it's he's having a moment and she's at Cheesecake Factory on her birthday. It's just,
Yes.
it's rough.
It's very funny to me. Yeah.
But they go to make out, and this is where he finds out about the chastity belt. And Broomhilda interrupts them and is like, you can't even kiss. We gotta go.
Right.
He says goodbye. But again, we all reconvene at the fair the next day.
Can I just say this?
Yes.
My favorite joke when I was a child, because, guys, I was a kid. Please keep that in mind. Please understand.
Sure.
I was like 9, okay? Maybe 10.
Right.
Was when he goes, oh my God, you're shivering. What are you wearing under that? And she goes, practically nothing. And then he gets really close to her and you hear the hung of her chastity belt.
Right. Of like his knee on the chastity belt.
It's so funny to me. Oh, yeah, by the way, it's also still really funny to me. Like, that's like a really kid joke. Still laughed tonight, and I knew it was coming.
But we cut to the archery contest the next day, and his merry men have all showed up dressed as ladies. And I do love the blink and fix your boobs. You look like a Picasso because there's 2 boobs on one side.
And I love his method of moving a boob isn't to just move it. It literally is to like haymaker his tit into place.
Just punching it back. But we see that Dirty Ezio is in place. We see that Robin is dressed like an old man to participate in the archery contest. But he does look like Mark Twain. I do think it's funny that he looks like Mark Twain, a person who will not be alive for hundreds of years. But then they cut to him and you're like, that does look like Samuel Clemens.
Yeah, that's he's got a Mark Twain face. Yeah.
Yep.
I do love that they also say the word Twain here in a second, and it actually means something other than Mark Twain.
He splits the arrow in twain.
Paige, we can't talk about it yet, but I have a lot of thoughts about that performance. Anyway, we'll get there, and then I need to talk about that for no joke 5 minutes.
Momentarily, because Robin fires, gets it right in the center, and then Luca fires and splits the arrow in twain.
And then this guy stands up and delivers the only line he has in a major motion picture so perfectly. Like, he gets up and yells, he split Robin's arrow in twain! And when he says twain, so much spit is shot out of his mouth towards the lens of the camera. And just like, I think the perfect metaphor for like what we're, like he just shot it out of his mouth.
Right.
It is, people are going to think I'm joking. I love this moment so much. Like, was that a choice he made? Or did it just happen and they were like, oh my God, we're definitely using that take? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's the latter. I think he probably performed it the same way and has a very sloppy mouth. And that's just what happened.
Yo, that guy got a sloppy mouth. We're casting him because we're definitely getting a spit take. You know what I'm saying? He got a real sloppy mouth. I'm not even joking though. Like, I love that shot. It's like, it just like encapsulates the perfect of like, oh, this is a great moment. Oh, it's also gross like medieval England.
Right.
It's so funny to me. It is on the level as like the herald of the change moment from Dune. And right now, my wife is like rolling her eyes editing this because I have talked about that dude who is the herald of the change from Dune, about his amazing performance for 20 seconds of that movie.
Bruh.
He's one of my favorite actors in that movie. He's amazing.
Bro, what you doing?
Yo, what you doing?
Oh man, if the Fremen were like, and then a bunch of spit came out.
It enhances everything.
Just because they had real sloppy mouths.
Yeah. You're going to tell me that you don't want Dunkin' Potato with a sloppy mouth? You know what I'm saying? I know it's Idaho, but come on. Dunkin' Potato was what they would have called him if they had cast me in it.
Or if they had cast Channing Potato. Channing Tatum. Oh, I'll take his sloppy mouth too.
I'm sure.
Anyway, everyone's like, but wait, Robin gets another chance. Everyone checks the script.
I love that.
Everyone breaks the fourth wall and checks.
It's so dumb. They've broken the fourth wall by like looking down the camera, and then they break the fourth wall here by pulling out the fucking script, and I love that.
Well, and they do, and this is one of the jokes that doesn't hold up great, because they're like, give him the chop, which is like, not awesome. But they do also get the wave.
Involuntarily. They invent the involuntarily. Yeah, I did. Okay. I don't like the Braves because that was like the Braves baseball team.
Yes, at the time.
Yeah, their fans would do that. So like I understand why that's in the movie, And I really wish we had gotten like a different version of what like that would have been like in
Theirs
medieval
would be?
times. Yeah.
Right.
Because
right.
it wouldn't have been called American Gladiators. That's why I changed it to Ye Old Gladiators.
Right.
And this is just like what the Braves did in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? What I wanted was a beat for what would those kind of things be in medieval times.
Right.
Because if it was like actually at medieval times, instead of them doing the chop, the Blue Knight would have tried to fuck my girlfriend. Yes, I'm still talking about medieval times, guys. I'm not over it. I'm over it, actually. It was just funny to bring it back.
I thought it was funny to have them do the wave, and I'm like, these people have never seen an ocean.
Paige, he swam there from Jerusalem. They've seen the ocean.
I get that, but
they're
these
England. They're an island nation.
But they're feudal peasants who have never left the farm they grew up on.
I mean, there's probably a little bit of truth to that, but like, whereas in Nashville, it would take me a long time to walk to the coast.
True.
It doesn't take them as long, even if they're in the middle of the country, you know?
Right. Anyway, he does get another shot, and he loads up the Patriot arrow, which is a heat-seeking missile, 100%.
Yes. I mean, it's a reference to the Patriot missile, which was like a big thing at the time.
Yes. He goes to fire it. Luca accidentally bumps him.
He doesn't accidentally bump him. Luca like cheats
Intentionally
in this moment. Yeah.
Yeah. It goes up into the air. It goes under all of the stands, so everyone does the wave to avoid it.
Yeah.
And of course, it goes right through the center of the target.
You know what I thought was really cool, though? Like, as the Patriot arrow goes under them and they do the wave, when we sit down, if you look closely, you see Harry and his friend talking about Sally. And it's just like a one cutaway shot of I'm just joking, obviously, but yeah.
It's the perfect. We can talk about anything, but we just don't have any sex yet. Anyway, this is where, at this point, the sheriff of Rottingham is like, fuck this. Let's just kill him. Let's just arrest him and kill him.
Yeah.
And Maid Marian is like, if you don't kill him, I'll marry you. It's fucking gross. I don't want to do it, but like, I will do that to keep him alive. And he's like, you don't need to. And they're like, hey, we're either going to have a wedding or a hanging or both. See you guys later at the castle.
Paige, when the sheriff of Rottingham is accepting this, Maid Marian does say, you can have my body, but you'll never have my heart or my... And he's like, yeah, whatever. I got what I wanted. Like, he's such a bad dude. Like, he is such a bad dude. And he plays him in a very, like, I don't know, man. I would have struggled so much to not be cracking up every time that guy was on set because he's crushing it.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
But they're grossly outnumbered, so they're going to have to try and regroup to save Robin. And this is where they go to notify the villagers by foxing them with 12th century fox. And as the fox, which is an adorable, such a sweet, cute little baby fox.
They are adorable.
As it runs off across the field, we just hear dolphin noises.
Yeah, it's like straight up out of Flipper. I really do think it is just like a
I think
line
it's the Flipper
from
sound
Flipper.
effect.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's nuts about Flipper, by the way? It's like a Foley artist went to a SeaWorld and got one take of one line from a dolphin and was like, we got it.
Nailed it in one.
Yeah, that show was on for years and he never learned a second line. I'm just saying Flipper was a terrible actor.
I mean, Flipper is exactly like Coco the gorilla, who didn't actually learn sign language, but just learned the symbols to ask for specific things that she wanted.
Oh, shit. I don't know what language is if that's not learning
I guess in
language.
theory.
Holy shit. Hang on a second.
But essentially was just imitating, had no concept of what those words actually meant other than the actions. It's kind of like...
Paige, I think you're describing she learned... I don't know what language is for, if not what you're describing, but you're saying it in a way like it's not actually language.
I think I'm not explaining myself clearly.
Paige, you're making me feel like I failed English, and I know that's impossible. You know, like that's how I feel in this moment.
A lot of people believe that Coco the gorilla learned how to fluently speak and structure her own sentences and things via sign language.
It sounds to me like she just learned some words and not a lot of words.
Exactly. The way that like a dog or a cat does. Like where they recognize the sound and know that equates to something. Like they learn their name, as opposed to being like, hey, I have a complex understanding of words and how to put them together, and I can then articulate things to you.
Right.
Right.
It sounds to me like she may have learned some words, though.
Yeah, learned words for sure.
Yeah.
Just not, I guess, comprehension is maybe the part. Comprehension or the way to, this is not funny anymore. But like, anyway, I have a friend who will talk like a wall about this for hours about the lies about Coco the gorilla.
Paige, I also feel like I have a friend that would talk about that for hours, but that's you.
It's me. You're welcome. I need to just stop talking about Coco the fucking gorilla, I think.
Yeah.
She wouldn't understand it anyway, that dumb monkey bitch. Anyway.
We should set Coco up with a certain ex-lead singer.
No, she's too good for him.
She is.
But we cut to them sizing nooses. I do love the executioner where he's like 16 and a half, which is like his collar size.
Yeah. I love, it's a little tight. Yeah, that's the point. Like,
Yeah, that's the point.
and then he's like, you want a blindfold? How about half of one? Because he's got he's got like an eye patch. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also has two working eyes. I do like that this movie shows you how pirates used eye patches.
Right.
Because most pirates had both eyes and they would still wear an eye patch. Because when they went below deck, they could just take the eye patch off and look through that eye and they could see immediately.
Train one eye for night, one eye for day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of like the premise to Blade, honestly, but in your ocular devices.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I know.
But so they've got the like gallows set up right next to where the wedding is going to happen. So as the priest is coming in, which I do love.
It's the abbot, by the way. It's the
abbot. Yeah. Hey, abbot.
Which is it's Dick Van Patten, which is so,
Yes.
it's so dumb. But yeah, he does the ceremonial prayer in pig Latin. It's nuts.
It is nuts. They hit the camera with one of the staffs, which is great. He does it in pig Latin. This is where we learn that the sheriff of Rottingham's name is Mervyn.
And I do love that he roasts like Sheriff Mervyn for that. It's very funny.
Mervyn. But the merry men, like their reinforcements have arrived. They shoot the noose. So Robin can't be hung. So Maid Marian says no.
Yeah.
And at this point, all hell breaks loose. There's a duel. People are fighting. And the sheriff of Rottingham is like, I'm going to commit a sexual assault for funny. And you're like, no.
This is one of those things where, he does steal Maid Marian and take her to the tower because that's the story. Like that's the way Robin Hood goes.
Right.
And I do love that once they run out of like the area in which they're like doing the ceremony and now the fight has broken out, as the sheriff leaves, they roll up the red carpet. Like guards who were fighting stop fighting to roll up the red carpet because the sheriff has left.
Right.
And that to me is such a stupid nothing joke that's like thought out and in the movie. It's so funny to me.
Yes. But they get to the tower. Now she's got the chastity belt, which I guess it's his first time learning about it. And he's trying to like jackhammer it, get into it, can't get in.
I love that he has a fucking jackhammer, like
Fucking
going
jackhammer.
at it. It's so funny.
But then who should show up but Robin, who is like, I'm here to duel you for her virtue. And they do have a fight scene where they stab that bagel that the crewman has. They have shadow puppets.
Parry, thrust, good. It's a ridiculous scene.
Unless he hasn't studied his Agrippa, which
he has. Yeah. But that's an actually amazing sword fight. Like the sword fight in Princess Bride is, I think, one of the best sword fights in any movie ever. This is not.
Yeah, no, this is not.
Yeah.
He does essentially defeat him, so he falls back in the cuck chair. And he's like, great. And he puts his sword behind him as he's talking to Maid Marian. And then the sheriff comes up behind him and accidentally gets stabbed through the chest with the sword.
Yeah, he impales himself on the sword. Yeah.
Right. But as that's happening, he's like fighting with a short knife, cuts the key off of Robin's neck. It flies. It fits exactly into the chastity belt.
I love the line there. She says, Robin, you are my one true love because it's just the right size. And
size isn't all that important, okay? Yeah.
It's what you do with it. And that's when he gets like pushed back into the chair and then,
right.
Robin thinks he defeats him and puts the sword behind him and he kills himself. Yeah.
Right. But who should show up? Latrine with a lifesaver, literally a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Who brings him back to life in exchange for him marrying her. Oh no, he's very depressed. I don't like this for him either. No one should be forced to have interactions with people that they don't want to.
I agree.
But as she carries him off, she's like, I always wanted to marry a cop, which is a crazy line.
I know, right?
Bro, no.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Anyway. We cut to Maid Marian and Robin about to get busy, and I do think that this is enthusiastic consent. It is yes, all green lights.
That's why the maid walks, or the nurse runs in.
Right, and is like, you got to get married first. So they go down, and they're going to have the rabbi marry them, but who should show up but King Richard, a.k.a. Patrick fucking Stewart.
Can I reveal something to you, Paige?
Yes.
This, to me, proves that all we've watched this entire movie is a scene from the holodeck on the Starship Enterprise and Jean-Luc Picard is teaching Data a lesson about medieval England.
Earl Grey, hot. Yeah, I would love if suddenly this was just the holodeck and Deanna Troi was like, I'm sensing something like amazing.
Yeah. I do love that he shows up to take his right as king. He's like, no,
Right.
I get my prima smoochta.
Right. And to say that toilets should all now be known as John's.
Yeah.
Because of Prince John.
Yeah.
Put him in the Tower of London.
Make him part of the tour. Yeah.
But he does get his first kiss. It's a hell of a kiss.
Yeah. It's not 10 seconds, but, you know.
It's a lot. They do get married. Achu becomes the new sheriff of Rottingham. And they're like, a black sheriff. And he's
Why
like,
not?
It worked for Blazing Saddles. Meta.
Yeah.
And then we get an exposition rap at the end. But then we cut to Robin trying to unlock the chastity belt and it won't fit.
Now in his now fully restored familial home, which
Right.
you remember H&R Blockhead took. And I think
Correct.
my favorite part is like this whole movie. He's been trying to get this house back. And it's more or less like it's a big studio apartment. Like it's a 2,000 square foot room.
Right.
You know, that to me is hilarious. There's no kitchen. There's a bed in the corner.
Well, there is a kitchen, but it's open to everything. Like
Yeah.
when you see the layout of the house, you're like, this is a studio. This is a studio apartment. There's one kitchen that's kind of like a cellar looking kitchen, but it's the same level. And then one big room with no furniture.
Yeah.
This man has a mattress on the floor.
You can tell his whole family died early after he went to the Crusades because Blinken got rid of everything that he ran
Everything.
into. He was like, that wall gotta go.
Gotta go.
That sofa gotta go.
He can bang Marion in a mattress on the floor. He's fine. He's in Vagine. It'll be fine.
But he can't turn the key.
Right.
So they call the locksmith. And they
Call
just
the
like,
locksmith.
it's just the people yelling, call out the locksmith. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the movie. So having seen the movie, having talked about the movie, what'd you think about Robin Hood, Men in Tights?
It was fun to revisit. Young Frankenstein's still my favorite, but this was definitely a fun time to revisit it.
I think this is maybe my favorite, but only because it's the one I watched the most as a child, so it's like a nostalgic favorite for me.
Sure.
I do think Young Frankenstein is a better movie.
Yes.
But
yes.
I really do like this. We said this earlier, but I don't think all the jokes hold up, obviously, but it's such a nostalgic, fun time for me, and it's so dumb. Like, we just don't really get a lot of movies like this. Like, Akifa Schaffer just put out the Naked Gun reboot, and it feels a lot like this.
Yeah.
Because it's like jokes every minute, you know? And it's so rare that we get movies like that nowadays. Like back when Mel Brooks was in like his heyday and like popping out movies every 4 to 6 years or whatever, we were getting a bunch of those. And that was like my childhood or like right before my childhood. So I like grew up on those movies and then we just stopped getting a lot of them. So I love Naked Gun. I thought it was amazing, but probably because like it reminded me of these kind of movies, you know? Anyway. But, Paige, do you have any fun facts for us?
I do.
Well, hit us with your fun facts. Robin Hood, fun facts.
I'm going to start with this one that I find really interesting.
Okay.
So the gag about Robin being able to speak with an English accent is obviously a reference to Kevin Costner's performance in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah.
As we talked about it.
Clearly. Yeah.
Viewers who saw both movies in a dubbed version couldn't get this gag. So different languages had different versions. So for the
Okay.
German dubbed version, the gag was changed to because I, unlike some other Robin Hoods, do not cost the producers $5 million. The German word kosten was also pronounced to sound a little bit more like Costner.
Okay.
In France and Italy, their dubbed versions translated it as, because unlike other Robin Hoods, I do not dance with the wolves, referring to Kevin Costner's film Dances with Wolves.
I mean, it works. That works. Yeah.
Yep. In Quebec, the Quebecois translation becomes, because unlike other Robin Hoods, I accept to wear tights, which refers to the fact that Costner did not wear tights in the 1991 movie. In the Hungarian version, it says, because unlike Kevin Costner, I have a shapely bottom.
Okay.
A reference to the infamous fact that Costner used a body double in the nude scene and that Cary Elwes did his own nude scenes for Lady Jane, which we've done on this show, and The Crush, which we have not done, but we absolutely should, that came out the same year. So just some fun facts. Those are fun because if you didn't see the dubbed, you would have never known.
No, I like that. Yeah.
The reason Mel Brooks wanted Cary Elwes for this role, and Cary Elwes did not believe him when he got the call and hung up on him.
What?
Yes. The reason Mel Brooks wanted Carrie Elwes was because of Princess Bride, where because of the sword fighting and because of Errol Flynn's portrayal of Robin Hood, that's the version that he was trying to kind of emulate, even though they were going to make fun of Prince of Thieves quite a bit. And so he thought Carrie Elwes was the perfect fit.
Yeah.
So he had to like actually call him a couple times to be like, no, I'm serious. Like, please come be Robin Hood. The shot of the guards falling down in a row took several weeks to prepare.
Okay, and if you watch that shot, the way it's sped up, you're just like, oh man, they just could not get this to go as quickly as they wanted, so they sped it up.
Right.
And you can really tell they sped up the footage, you know? It's like in like 1930s movies when they want to make a car look like it's going real fast.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden the cop walking down the streets walking faster than a human can walk. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It looks kind of like that.
The scene where the sheriff falls through the roof of Latrine's room and she tries to get him to have sex with her was completely improvised by Roger Reeves, who plays the sheriff, and Tracy Ullman, who plays Latrine. So they worked together on that, which is pretty funny.
That is funny. They did a great job with that. I mean, it is not a great scene, but they are funny in it.
Right. This is Dave Chappelle's first movie.
Yes, it is.
And it is what gets him a lot of jobs after. When Robin drops the pig in front of Prince John, he says treif, which is Yiddish for non-kosher food because it's a pig.
Yeah.
The camera breaking the window gag is actually a Mel Brooks trademark. It's a nod to Psycho, where the camera seemingly passes through a closed window in the opening scene. That is something that, and I think we talked about this when we did Psycho on Horror Virgin, that was very difficult to achieve at the time and was an in-camera effect that they worked very, very hard on in Psycho.
Yeah.
But Mel Brooks likes to parody it. I don't know if you've ever seen High Anxiety, which is supposed to be a parody of Vertigo.
I haven't seen it.
But it is also in High Anxiety. High Anxiety is very, very funny, especially if you're a Hitchcock person.
Yeah.
High Anxiety is a real fun Mel Brooks movie. So throughout the movie, the mole changes position on Richard Lewis's face.
Yeah.
Finally landing on his forehead, this lampoons the mole on Alan Rickman's face in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It's also a nod to the famous Igor's hump gag from Young Frankenstein, which of course was also by Mel Brooks, where the hump changes sides as well. Patrick Stewart, you might have noticed at the end of this movie, plays King Richard with a thick Scottish accent. I noticed it.
Very much so, yeah.
I'm up on my Outlander, I can tell. But this is a reference to Sean Connery's performance in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, where some critics found Connery's accent inappropriate for the role, since King Richard would not have spoken with a Scottish accent. Technically, an English accent would have been no more appropriate than Connery's Scottish accent. A French accent would have been best, and for any other nobles at the time, including Robin, as English did not yet exist as a language in the way that we understand it, modern English. And English nobles spoke Anglo-Norman, a dialect of Old French, while common folk spoke Old English, an Anglo-Frisian tongue that is more in common with Old Norse than modern English. Fun fact, I had to learn to read in Old English for a class in college.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
It covered Canterbury Tales, so I can still read some Old English. It is the most useless thing I learned in college.
Paige, everyone reads Canterbury Tales. I wanted to read Canterbury Tales. You know what I'm saying?
Canterbury.
I want to take that berry with me. I want to can it up.
Yeah, I'm not negative. Canterbury? Canterbury.
Yeah, in a world of Canterberries, be a Canterbury.
Be a Canterbury.
Somebody make me a shitty motivational poster right now.
Robert Ridgely, who plays the Hangman, also played the Hangman in Blazing Saddles, which is a pretty fun combo. He's also the voice of Thundar the Barbarian.
Oh, okay.
From 1980.
Okay.
Yes. Dom DeLuise's son, David DeLuise, is uncredited, but plays a villager when Robin is giving his speech to motivate the men, but is prominently featured on screen.
Yeah.
None of them sang their own parts, obviously.
Yeah, even Carrie Elwes singing The Night is Young and You're So Beautiful is definitely like a Broadway guy singing that.
Yeah, 100%. When the newly recruited merry men are getting outfitted with clothing and weapons, and I missed this, I'm going to have to go back and watch for it, but their tights are all taken out of giant plastic eggs.
They are. They crack them. Yeah.
They crack them?
They like crick, and then they open it up and then pull the tights out. Yeah.
Which I'm assuming, have never had to wear legs pantyhose. I am old enough to have done.
Just for that bank job. Outside of that, no. And we didn't put them on our legs. Yeah.
But yeah, you used to go buy the little egg packages at Rite Aid or CVS or whatever. Let's see. When Dirty Ezio sets himself up in the tower to assassinate Robin Hood during the archery tournament, a sign can be seen behind him that reads Royal Folio Depository, which is obviously a reference to the Texas School Book Depository, from which Lee Harvey Oswald shot and killed President J.F. Kennedy, if that's what you believe.
He definitely shot at him.
When the abbot walks out, one of the bystanders yells, "Hey, Abbott!" This is an homage to comedians Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. Whenever Costello wanted him, he would yell, "Hey, Abbott!" in that same cadence.
Yeah.
And I'll end on this one. There's a scene in the trailers that never makes it into the movie where Robin shoots an arrow that flies around a tree, breaks, swerves, and eventually completely misses the target on a tree, but splits the tree in half.
Yeah.
And those are your fun facts.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for those fun facts page. Let's talk a little bit about box office. So what do you think the production budget was for Robin Hood, Men in Tights in 1993?
In 93, there's a lot of people in this, although none of them are commanding super high salaries at the time. So I'm going to say that this probably cost about $15 million.
You're really close. It was $20 million was the figure I saw.
I was like somewhere between 15 and 20 probably for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is not Mel Brooks' first,
No.
So I'm not shocked to see someone give him $20 million, which today would be like giving someone $44.8 million to make a movie.
Right.
Which is definitely not unheard of for someone with Mel Brooks' track record up to this point. Anyway, the movie came out on July 30th, 1993, and it was 6th in the theaters the week it came out. It was beat by the number 1 movie, Rising Sun. Number 2 was In the Line of Fire. Number 3 was The Firm. Number 4 was Free Willy. Number 5 was Jurassic Park. 93 was like a banger year.
It was a great year for movies.
Also in theaters was Sleepless in Seattle, Hocus Pocus, So I Married an Axe Murderer, Rookie of the Year, Aladdin,
right,
Groundhog Day. There were so many movies in the theaters when this movie came out. Anyway, this movie was 6th. What do you think it made in that opening weekend, Paige?
At 6th opening weekend, I bet this made about $7 million.
Paige, that's really close. It was $6.8 million. It almost beat Jurassic Park in the 5th position because Jurassic Park
had been out for a while.
It had been out for 8 weeks, but Jurassic Park still brought in $6.88 million, and this brought in $6.84 million. So it was pretty close to being 5th. It was a tight week that week. Although Rising Sun brought in 15.1. It did all right. Anyway, the next week it was out. It was 7th and then was 10th in its 3rd week and then was never again in the top 10. But what do you think it made domestically in the box office during that run in 93?
I think domestically in the box office, it probably makes about $24 million.
It made a little bit more than that. It made $35.6, almost $35.7 million domestically. It also brought in $36.3 million internationally, so it pushed its total gross worldwide up to $72 million. So it definitely made money. And so they kept letting Mel Brooks make movies forever, guys.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But anyway, that's your box office. Paige, you want to hit us with that romance scale?
Sure. Our romance scale is a scale of 1 to 4 of how romantic we found the movie today. Todd, how romantic was this for you today?
It's a 1. I don't think it's really romantic. I think the romance is there because it's a part of the Robin Hood story.
Mm-hmm.
It very much is we're just lampooning the Robin Hood myth,
Right.
So it's not there for the romance, although it is on the screen a little bit. It's just not romantic.
Yeah. They've known each other for 2 days and are married. That's not great. So I'm going to give this a 1 as well. And that's our romance scale.
So Paige, do you think they're still together?
I don't think she has a choice.
So, okay. Here's a dark take. I don't think she's super into Robin. I think she really needs to get out of the shit metal diaper she's been wearing. And so she's just going to go home with any guy until the key fits and then go live her life. I think had they got the chastity belt off, maybe she would have
It's Carrie Elwes.
Yeah. I would certainly understand if she was I'll play this out till the sex goes bad. But I don't know if that's a long-term thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Who's to say? I don't know.
But that's my dark take. No, they're not still together, but they had a great 7 years. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Anyway, that's your romance scale. Paige, this week I made us watch Robin Hood, Men in Tights. What are we going to watch next week as we continue? I guess it's just live action month that should have been cartoons.
Todd, how do you feel about a man stuck in a dead-end job who meets his dream girl and helps her escape from an abusive relationship with the mob.
There's like 90 movies that could be, but I like them all.
Sure, and I'm hoping that you specifically like Jim Carrey's The Mask, because that's what we're watching next.
Oh God, I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh, there are parts that do not hold up, but I do watch The Mask much more regularly than this. Yes.
Loved that movie. I'm a little scared to revisit it, but I loved that movie growing up. Yeah, okay, great. Let's do it.
Hey, Todd, do you have any reviews for us?
I do. This week, I'm going to read one of our most recent Spotify comments, and our most recent episode was Mannequin on the Move. And I'm going to read Wayward Zero because it was honestly my favorite comment so far. And they say, I love Todd's obsessions with Salacious Crumb. And A, didn't know it was an obsession. B, Paige, I'm triggered. C, I hear you and I'll learn and I'll move on. I have a lot of Salacious Crumb thoughts, but I'll move on. I thought that was very funny. Anyway, also someone asked, can we get a serving cunt final count for the episode? I think we might have hit double digits.
I believe the count is around 7, because I listened to that episode today and I was like, we said cunt a lot.
I went to New Jersey for a day to speak at a conference. And so I flew back at 9:40 last night is when my plane left. And I listened to that episode while I was flying. And I felt like such a douche laughing at us on that episode. We are just having the most fun.
We have to post those photos though, too.
Yeah. I actually do still have that photo on my hard drive. And I'm pretty sure it's just joy. I think I labeled it Journey Serving Cunt. Anyway, but Wayward Zero and Louise, thank you so much for those Spotify comments. And if you want to have me read your Spotify comments or 5-star Apple review, leave us one of those things and I'll do just that. So yeah, if you guys like this show and want to hear our other show where we talk about horror movies, that is The Horror Virgin. That's the only other podcast I am on, but Paige is also on Cult Podcast, which you can find at Cult Podcast. And you can find us on social media. I am at Todd J. Awesome, literally everywhere. Paige is at Paige Wesley on Instagram.
No, it's at Rampage Wesley on Instagram and TikTok, at Paige Wesley on Twitter.
That's right. All right. So that's where you can find Paige. If you want to find the show, we are at Romancing the Pod Show, right?
Yep. Romancing Pod Show on Twitter.
Well, and Instagram, right?
And Instagram, but it's show SHO because character limits. If you start typing Romancing the Pod, it'll come up.
It'll definitely come up on Instagram. I don't know about Twitter because I haven't posted on Twitter in a hot ass minute. So who knows? But that is where you can find more of us. So yeah, guys, give us a follow. Support the show any way you can. We'd love it.
Smash that like button.
Hell yeah.
And that's going to be it for us, you guys. I'm Paige.
And I'm Todd.
And you complete us.
Patriot Aeropletion. Bye. This movie's stupid nerds in the best way.
La 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 la.